Why is design so expensive, guys? Let's see what this guy tells us.
Well, design is a luxury. It's not something cheap. It's not something available to anyone. And the reason for that is like there are so many steps that go into design. It's not just the final result that you see. Like final result can be something that's very simple, but in order to reach that nice, simple looking design, there was a big process.
A lot of steps go into it, like researching, prototyping, creativity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's take some examples. For example, the Nike logo. It's just like a check mark, right?
Yeah.
If you look at it, it looks quite simple.
But a lot of steps have gone to it, so they can arrive to this level.
True. An uninformed client or like ignorant client might tell me, what's that? My little girl can draw something like that. That's not true.
Yeah, very irrelevant.
All right, so let's talk about logo design, for example, or any type of graphic design. The process involves, step one would be research, to get inspired, to get ideas. Next goes like brainstorming, also like to understand your customer, understand like how they think, who it's targeted for. So sometimes it involves like surveys and interviews.
Questionnaire maybe.
Exactly. This is all part of the research and discovery phase. Next part is like brainstorming, the ideas themselves. And to get good ideas, you need to be creative. Not everyone is creative.
Yeah, it's not easy to come up with an idea just out of the blue.
Yeah.
Like it's not as a job of a businessman. Maybe they have like a model and they work around it. We don't have this. We have to create some stuff out of nowhere.
True. After research, you might create a mood board. That's something that tells you what your design is going to look like. It's kind of like a direction. Of what your design is going to look like. So after that, we talked about like ideation and brainstorming. After that comes the sketching part, where you're trying to turn your ideas into visuals. So you can sketch a single idea in many ways. It involves a lot of trial and error and visualization and imagination to be able to turn this idea into a good-looking visual.
Or at the same time, you can create many ideas and then eventually choose the best one that serves your potential or the project.
True. So the part where that involves turning an idea into a good-looking visual, that requires skill, and not everyone is skillful.
And you need also a creative eye to see what colors can go with each other, what type of shapes can go along with these colors that you have picked.
Definitely. It also involves font selection. And if you study design, you're going to know that what different fonts convey. So all of this is actually knowledge and experience. The more experienced you are, the faster you're going to be. So as a result, when a client is buying a design service, whether it's a logo or a graphic or anything else, they're not just getting the final result, the final visual. They're getting a whole effort that involves all of these steps that we just talked about. And when we talk about like web design or app design, we're now talking about UI and UX design. So that also includes a lot more steps.
A lot of work, yeah.
We call them methodologies. It's like the design thinking approach. It has also many phases and steps. Each phase has its own steps as well. So yeah, clients, you're not just getting the final result, you're paying for all of the steps, all of the experience, all of the creativity, the skill that goes into providing this design.
There's also some rules you need to follow actually to get visually appealing designs.
Definitely.
It doesn't come like also out of the blue.
Definitely. And finally, when you're hiring someone, you're also hiring their professionalism. Like you're paying for that. Like someone is reliable and professional and ethical, you're paying for that.
For a service.
Attribute.
For a service at the end, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I hope this explains why design is not cheap. Design is expensive and it should be so.
We'll be talking about expensive versus cheap design in another video. Please subscribe and follow us for more content.
See you.